Hello folks, and welcome to another video of Scientific Health with a K. Today we're going to talk about the diet, and we will talk about all the details concerning the diet, how it started, what went wrong, what went good, and so on. And of course we will talk why it took 2 years to reach the ideal weight. Now, so here there are the bullet points that I'm going to talk about, how and why it started, the typical diet that I used to consume every day, the pandemic, was it good, was it bad, cooking at home, fruits and vegetables, we will talk about them also, how important they are, the diet now, intermittent fasting, healthy snacks, vitamins, and supplements. So maybe they will go not in order, but I will talk about all the details here. So first, let's start with how and why it started. And as you can see, I'm not happy in these photos. Now, as I mentioned in the last video that one time I went to the grocery store, like 5 minutes walk, and I came back home. I was sweating, breathing heavily like a pig, and so on. So I wasn't happy with what's going on. And that was like a wake-up call for me. And before that, I also knew a little bit that if you want to lose weight, you have to do this and that, but actually I was not doing it. So took photos, and as took photos here, and in this photos I am 93 kilograms, uh, 176 centimeters, and my body fat is 32. So I was like, okay, it's about time to do something. And we know diet is very important. We will talk about the workout later on, but diet, let's start with it because it is very important for us. Now, the typical diet that I was consuming was consisting of junk food, all of them, tacos, pizzas, burgers, all kinds of burgers, and that was on a single day basis. That, okay, I would eat that for lunch, and then I would eat the same for dinner, or maybe a snack was at night was burgers. The second thing was, yeah, I was eating some homemade food, but still it was very fatty and heavy, accompanied by a lot of bread and sweets and so on. So all of this is homemade, but still it's not good for my body. Another thing that I was consuming was a lot of them actually, milkshakes, donuts, cakes, and sweets. So these were the snacks between pizzas, burgers, or fatty, heavy homemade meals. So as you can tell, it is no wonder that I am 93 kilograms. So that was for the typical diet. Now let us move on to the pandemic and what happened during that time. Of course, it was very dark time, but actually for me it helped a lot. And by the way, I'm sorry if you lost someone, or you got hurt, or you got the virus, but for me it helped me a lot because there was no more wasting time going to work and coming back from it. So that's around like 4 hours every day taking the transportation to my workplace and coming back. So that was cut off immediately. I got introduced to intermittent fasting and how it helped me. Of course, I will talk about intermittent fasting later in details and the science behind it. Now, also the pandemic, staying at home all the time, helped me taking control of the diet, knowing what to eat and when to eat, and like forcing myself to eat it, to be honest. So that was a great thing for me. Understanding calories in, calories out. So watching a lot of videos and controlling the diet, that's helped me greatly. Understanding calories in, calories out. So let's say for me, that was like 2000 calories, and my body needs that, no more than that, to maintain the weight, and I need to do some movements. So that helped me a lot. I watched a lot of videos concerning that. Now, since we are staying at home during pandemic times, this also helped me to have more homemade meals. I was cooking at home, preparing trays, actually big trays of vegetables and chicken beforehand, and that would like feed me for 2 days at least, and I'm not having everyday junk food. So I was, as I said before, I was controlling the diet that I was having, and trying to have that as a daily basis thing. So I would have like rice, chicken, and so on. And I try not to eat junk food every day, because this is the beginning. It's very hard to start a diet and be strict to it for like 6 months. It's very difficult. So I was like having junk food every, let's say, 4 days or something. As for the diet now, the diet now is I do intermittent fasting for 12 hours plus. So at the beginning, it started very hard, because I used to snack all the time. That the moment I wake up, I need to snack something. So this stopped. So intermittent fasting 12 hours, and then that increased to 13, 14, 15, and so on. So I took it slow. I'm not rushing things. I don't have a championship like in 8 weeks. I don't have that. So intermittent fasting in like 8 hours window feeding, I was consuming my meals that I will talk about them in a second. So when I break my fast, I would start with coffee, my favorite. I would drink 2 cups of coffee, and the first meal would be 2 grams of oats with milk or water. So it started with milk, oats with milk, and then we moved to water, and 4 eggs, 3 whites, and one whole. The second meal was typical rice and chicken, and the third meal was the same. As for snacks, was like protein shake to get my protein intake, and nuts, and sometimes only nuts, sometimes only protein shakes. Of course, I was consuming a lot of water, and this is uh, very normal for me. I mean, I drink a lot of water, so it wasn't something new for me, and I prefer to drink cold water, whether it is in winter or summer. So also there is some science behind it that if you drink cold water, your stomach will be full for some time, so there is no need to snack every now and then. Okay, as for the healthy snacks that I'm having right now, this would be like 10 pieces or a little bit less of nuts, and you name it, like whatever you want you can have, like peanuts, walnuts, almonds, my favorite, or hazelnuts, popcorn. And the healthy snacks, like most of the time, come at night because you start to feel a bit hungry, so you want to have a good thing for your body. A piece of fruit, and not fruit juice, because this will spike the insulin level in your body, in your blood, and you don't need that. So having a piece of fruit is very good for you, because you will have the fiber and the antioxidants in the fruit, not only the glucose in the fruit juice. You can have herbal tea, any kind. You can have kombucha. I mean, I love kombucha, homemade kombucha. I make it myself. I would have like a spoon of peanut butter, and it tastes great. Or you can have like rice cakes. So rice cakes are very cheap and very accessible, and you can have them whenever you want. So that was for the healthy snacks. Now, I got introduced to supplements, and I started taking the one and the only whey protein. There are different flavors, all of them are delicious. And I would take that at night because I want more protein in my diet. And I would have that as a snack with nuts or with rice cakes. So, one shake of protein, whey. And also, after workout, I would take like 1 scoop of creatine monohydrate, and it is the best researched supplement ever. And we'll talk about supplements in another video later on. And multivitamins. So I started taking that after checking with my physician, and he said it's okay to take multivitamins. So if you're going to do that, please check with your physician first in order not to have any complications. Now, it is completely normal. It is okay to screw up the diet every now and then, especially when you start, because you got used to this lifestyle for a long time. And this actually what happened to me. That's why it took me 2 years to reach the ideal weight, because every now and then I would have a cheat meal, or maybe one cheat meal would turn into one cheat day or two, sometimes four. So that's completely normal. It's a slow process that you need to take into consideration. It's a lifestyle that will be part of your life, daily life. So it's okay to have these ups and downs. Don't worry about it. Just keep thinking that, okay, this is what I want and I'm gonna work for it. So please keep that in mind. Don't feel depressed. Don't feel bad about yourself if you gain like a few kilograms or pounds. It is totally normal as long as you have that mindset that this is the goal I want and I will reach it, whatever it takes. So, bottom line of the whole video is it's a very slow process that we need to do it step by step. It's okay to crave things that you want, and it is actually better to do it this way because you will not be restricted for your body, and your body will not have a shock, so it will not lose any fat. And when you lose fat the slow way, you will be able to maintain that and sustain this healthy lifestyle. Okay, so we come to the end of our video. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you learned something from all of this, and see you in the next video where I'm going to talk about intermittent fasting and the science behind it.